Yes. Hi, boys and girls. Today in math, we talked about different ways to solve addition problems. And as you know, there are many different ways to come to the correct answer. And you have to keep in mind that there's not just one way. And today we're going to review some of those strategies that we use to solve addition problems. And what you need to get for this is a piece of paper and a pencil so you can do the work with us. So we'll wait.
All right, the first problem we're going to solve is how many students are in Mrs. Fisher's class and my class. So there are 21 students in Mrs. Fisher's class and 20 students in my class. How many students do we have together in the first grade classes? So go ahead and solve your problem on your paper however you want to. I'm going to solve it one way and Mrs. Fisher's going to solve it her way. So again, there are 21 students in Mrs. Fisher's class and 20 students in my class. How many students do we have in the first grade class?
Boys and girls, remember that the first thing you have to do is decide whether it's addition or subtraction, and we want to know how many students in all, so I know that I need to add. First thing you do is set up your addition sentence. So I should see those two numbers, 21 plus 20, and then go ahead and solve.
Okay, so I'm going to show you my way. So what I did first was I wrote it like this, up and down, and I have 21 on top for Mrs. Fisher's class and 20 on the bottom for my class. And I got 41. The way I got 41 was I broke down the number and I wrote each number in expanded form. So I did 21 right here, which 2 tenths means that I have 20. So I have 20 and 21, and I have 1, 1. So I have 20 plus 1. I broke it down in expanded form. Now 20 is just 20 plus 0 because there's 0 ones. Then I added my tens together, so I have 20 plus 20 equals 40. And 1 plus 0 equals 1. So then I have 40 plus 1 equals 41, and I wrote 41 as my answer. Now, if you don't know 20 plus 20 on the top of your head, and it's like 20, oh, I don't know how to do 20, 30, 40, and that's a little hard for you, that's okay. You can do it Mrs. Fisher's way, and Mrs. Fisher will show you how she did that.
So I did it a different way, but I got the same answer as Miss Mendoza, so I just want to kind of show you here. So you saw these papers in class. What I first did is wrote my problem, 21 plus 20, and I also got 41, but instead of breaking it apart in expanded form, I drew pictures to represent those numbers. So in the class, we've used bundle sticks, but we don't always have those on hand, so I did a picture to represent those bundle sticks. So to represent 21, I know that there's two groups of 10, which I did here, and 1, 1, and 20 is two groups of 10 and then 0, 1, so I didn't have to add any ones. Then all I did was underneath my ones, there's 1, and then how many groups of 10? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, so I wrote it underneath my tens. So we got the same answer, but solved it different ways.
We still both got 41 students altogether.
And well, just real quick, Miss Mendoza, do you see where her 20 plus 1 is? I can find it on my chart right here. Here's the 20, two groups of 10, and 1, 1. And then her 20 plus 0, I can find mine right here. It's two groups of 10 and then 0 ones. So go ahead and find a new spot on your paper, and we're going to try another story problem. And this time it's going to be about our recycling here at school. So as you know, in each classroom we have a bin that we put our bottles in that we collect for recycling. And in this problem, my class collected 17 water bottles on Friday. But Miss Mendoza's class collected 32. So they collected a lot more that week than we did. So we want to know how many bottles in first grade collected in all. So the first thing I know that I'm going to add because I want to know how many altogether, and then I'm going to write my addition sentence. So go ahead. The numbers were 17 for my class and 32, and I want you to go ahead and solve and think about which way works best for you. If you can solve Miss Mendoza's way, fine, go ahead and write it out. If you need to make those bundle sticks, you can use my way as well. Go ahead. If you're ready, Miss Mendoza, you can start.
So I'm going to show you my way. Again, I did 17 plus 32 like that, and I had the answer 49. I broke apart or expanded, or put the 17 in expanded form. So I know that there is a 10 in 17. There's one 10. So I have 10 right there. Plus 7. I have 7 ones. Here I have 30 in 32. So that's 3 groups of 10. And then in my ones I have 2. So that was 2. 30 plus 10, or 10 plus 30, is 40. And 7 plus 2 is 9. So 40 plus 9 equals 49.
And voila! I got the same answer as Miss Mendoza using my strategy of using our bundles to represent the tens and then the dots for ones. So here's my addition sentence that I wrote, 17 plus 32. You notice that this time the smaller number's on top and the larger number's at the bottom, but when we're adding, we can reverse those and arrive at the same answer. So 17 over here, I made one group of 10 and then 7 ones. And then to represent 32, I used 3 groups of 10, and then here are my 2 ones. Then all I did was add my ones and my tens and put them under the correct side. So here I have 7, 8, 9, 9 ones, and how many groups of 10? I see 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's my 4 groups of 10. So our answer was 49 bottles that we recycle. So if you can see, we arrived at the same answer.
Yes, we did. Here's one that you can solve at home yourself and bring it to school if you'd like to. And then also for a challenge, make up your own word problem. So here is the next one that you can do at home. There are 25 marbles in a jar, and Mrs. Fisher adds 10 more marbles to that jar. How many marbles are there in all? Or how many marbles are there now in the jar? So again, there's 25 marbles in the jar. That's what's in the jar right now. And Mrs. Fisher decides to add 10 more marbles. How many marbles in all? Okay, so have fun, choose a way.
In your work so we can share.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Bye.